Hello and welcome back. Change is pretty difficult for most of us, and returning to church is going to be different from our pre-COVID-19 attendance. Our great joy will be that we'll be together again and able to celebrate the full Mass and receive the Lord in the Eucharist as a parish family. Now, that being said, please remember that the dispensation from the obligation to attend Mass is still in effect. So if you're particularly vulnerable or just plain uncomfortable being with a crowd of people or attending a public liturgy, then stay home at this time and join us for our Mass online on our website. When we used to come to church, we'd sit in the same pew pretty much with the same people, and we'd look forward to the weekend when we could catch up with each other, find out what's happening in each other's lives. If someone wasn't there, we would really miss them. When we come back when the church reopens, things are going to have to be different. We're not going to be able to be in the same place necessarily. We might be taken to a different pew, and we might not be near the people that we're used to. This is all for social distancing. And then after Mass, we're not going to be able to stand around and chat. You're going to have to leave right away. That's for everyone's safety. It's also because we have to sanitize the church for the next Mass. When we open, we'll be having only 2 Masses on the weekend, Sunday morning at 8:30 and 11:30 a.m. There will not be a Saturday 4:30 p.m. Mass or a Sunday 10 a.m. Mass for now. Coming to Mass will require a reservation using our Sign Up Genius account online or by calling the parish office. Registrations can be made starting at 10 a.m. on Thursdays. It will be a first-come, first-served reservation. When you enter the parish building, you must be wearing a mask and remain 6 feet apart, and please stay at home if you don't feel well. We ask you to sanitize your hands. You can bring your own or use the sanitizer that's available at the entrance of the church and parish center. Follow the posted signs that direct you through the building and into the church. Do not stray to other areas, as this creates the additional sanitizing and work for the staff. Staff and ushers will be stationed at entrances to help guide you. Please follow their instructions. If you need to use a restroom, there can only be one person in at a time, and there will be an occupied, unoccupied sign on the door for you to change. Cleaning products are available in each restroom so that you're able to sanitize before and after you use the facility. As you enter the church, you will see there is no holy water in the fonts for your safety. Next, you will notice that some of the pews are roped off and will need to remain empty. An usher will seat you and your family. Only those who share a household may sit together. There are no hymn books in the pews. I know it's hard to believe, but actually here at St. Joseph's, we're going to ask you not to sing at this time. A cantor and an instrumentalist will provide the music. There will not be an offertory collection during the Mass, but there will be baskets lined with plastic at the doors of the church for you to place your offering. During the Our Father and Sign of Peace, please refrain from physical contact. A wave, a nod, a smile, a bow will express your love and sense of community. For communion, an usher will direct you. Please note the X's taped to the floor every 6 feet apart to help you know where to stand. You will receive the body of Christ only, and it must be received in the hand. When you approach the Eucharistic minister for communion, please continue to wear your mask and receive the body of Christ in your hand. Then step to the side, lift your mask, and consume the host. Return to your pew by the side aisle while continuing to maintain social distancing. After the main body of the church has received Holy Communion, the ministers will move to the sides where the flexible seats are located. An usher will direct you to come forward. Following the celebration of Mass, we ask that you remain seated and wait to be dismissed in an orderly fashion. Many of us here at St. Joe's love to be together before and after Mass, but we're going to have to ask you not to congregate in the church or on the property before our celebration of Mass on Sunday. Instead, we don't want to lose this part of our community, but we're going to have to look for other ways of staying in touch. So perhaps you could call or message or have a Zoom meeting with parishioners who are your friends. Soon we're going to be able to be together in joy, celebrating the Eucharist again in this church. As St. Paul reminds the Romans and us, just as each of our bodies has several parts, and each part has a separate function, so all of us in union with Christ form one body. And as parts of it, we belong to each other. We look forward to being together soon in the Lord.